the women's War Games match,
You.
I was looking at that as something that could potentially be a show stealer. I had talked about how the women's division was really cooking when it came to these gimmicked PLE type of matches, like the Money in the Bank, the Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, all that stuff. And this was definitely underwhelming. You know what I mean? There were some interesting moments. I enjoyed, obviously, EO is a fucking just menace to society with that trash can shit.
Yep.
Absolutely terrifying.
That shit was funny with the post conference. I don't know if you saw. She's like,
I did not know.
The interviewer asked her, "He's like, oh, who do you think's gonna back you up with the championship match?" And shit like that. And she's like, in her funny ass accent, and she's like, "Oh, I don't know if you know, but I've been Damage Control." And that shit was funny as fuck.
Nah, I'm not talking. That's funny as hell. But nah, bro, she is legit insane. Like to pull out a spot like that. That's, dude. She's a terrifying human.
Nothing and shit, bro.
Yeah, no, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. There was definitely some interesting high spots in there. There was some good, just some good moments overall that kind of gave us something. But honestly, for what I was hoping for as far as like kind of developing feuds going forward in the women's division, we didn't really get much of that.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping to see the turmoil between Bailey and then other people like Io and Bianca that she's had her issues with in the past, kind of playing into it. And we got like some small tastes of it here and there, but it never fully developed.
They more just started playing along or whatever.
Exactly. Like it all just ended up kind of working itself out. And one of the big things that I've like been waiting for something to develop with is who attacked Jade. And I thought that would factor in somehow by the War Games match. Honestly, if I can be real, I expected it to at some point come into play on either the Raw or SmackDown before Survivor Series.
And to affect it, yeah.
And to kind of affect the team going into it. But then I at the least expected during the match somehow for like a video to come out or for Jade to come out or for somehow it to be revealed that like Bailey did it or like whoever did, you know what I mean? Like just something to help kind of propel the story of the match forward, but it feels like that just happened and now it's just kind of, I don't know. I haven't seen Raw this week and I don't know, maybe it'll be talked about on SmackDown later. I don't know, but from Survivor Series perspective, I was kind of disappointed that didn't come into play at all whatsoever. And then another big thing that you hit on, the women's titles have like really lost their kind of, I hate using this word because the kids have taken it and ran with it in so many different directions, but the aura of the titles is like kind of fucked up. And it isn't just Survivor Series. Nia has gotten pinned multiple times on SmackDown recently. Like, she has not been protected very much as a champion. And Liv Morgan has been getting
really get that much matches,
bullied by Rhea Ripley and hasn't been getting any other feuds besides that. The only significant feud she has had so far is with Rhea. And even though, yes, she's retained her title through everything, she hasn't come out of any of those matches looking like a strong champion. Mm-hmm. And so you got to look at both women's champs and think, bro, this is rough. And then not only that, but you got the Money in the Bank over there as well. That's kind of the other unofficial piece of silverware in the wrestling world right now for the women's division.
Teams with the heel team or whatever, but like.
And how many times are we gonna do this? It's just giving me flashbacks to Damien's run with Money in the Bank, where they would tease it so often and then not do it. And like, yes, the ultimate cash in with Damien at Mania was awesome, but it could have been awesome at so many chances before that. Like, just because the end result was good doesn't mean that the route getting there was also good. Like, I'm starting to wonder if Triple H and them just do not like the briefcase. Like, they just haven't done a good job with it at all since. That's been like one of the few really low points for Triple H's booking since he's taken over creative. Because it's been overall really positive, but Money in the Bank, like he just doesn't fucking get it. I don't, or he just doesn't care to put in too much effort with it. I don't know, but yeah, the amount of like fake cash-ins, it's at a point now where like when she fakes it and it doesn't happen, rather than me being like excited that it almost happened, I just end up being kind of like, bro, like fuck, like I kind of cringe, you know? Like it's like, dude, this is fucking annoying. Like you keep on faking me out with this shit. I don't understand. Like I don't know, dude. I don't know. I definitely think that there was such an easy way to book this with Bailey being involved in the babyface team and Jade being taken out to where there was like all this potential turmoil that could have boiled over.
Also, some type of vendetta in the top of the teams and shit like that made one type of when it made one of the baby face focus on one of the actual like other the fucking heel faces or the heel fucking
Just many different ways that you could have easily still protected the baby faces, but made it look like they just got over
it could
emotional.
have been Bianca going against fucking super hard towards Nia Jax or some shit like that.
Exactly, and like something that takes the babyface team off of their game. It results in them losing. You protect your women's champions, but you don't make your babyface team look terrible. And then everyone can kind of keep it moving from there. And you could have potentially developed some
They try to
storylines.
build it up, but they could have built it up starting there, like showed it on a SmackDown, Nia attacking Jade or some shit like that, whatever.
Just
As long as it
something
is
to
her.
build some feuds going forward, because now I was looking at the PLE schedule earlier, and part of it was a selfish reason because I'm going to the
Or it could have been Candace or whatever her face is.
just something to get people going forward. What I'm saying is that we don't have many PLEs going forward until we're in Mania season. We don't have any real Saturday Night Main Event is like kind of a PLE, I
You got
guess.
the Rumble Chamber.
And then we're straight into the Royal Rumble Elimination Chamber and Mania. And so if you want to get these big feuds going with some long-term storytelling, like now is the time. And it feels like they kind of missed a big platform. Like, yes, they still can reveal who attacked Jade and you can still have that play into, but like I feel like the biggest platform that they had right now is Survivor Series, and they kind of missed the opportunity to use that platform to
To
launch
build
some
something.
big feuds going forward.
I guess they're really gonna push Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber.
I'm assuming, I would hope, but it's just disappointing with how that women's match played out, because I think a lot of the fan base, from what I was seeing, we were trying to cope with the fact that the booking going into the match didn't feel like it had a lot of organization. Like everyone was
It
just
was
thrown
just
together.
interesting.
But this
yeah.
was the thing. The cope was going forward, this match is going to develop feuds. This is going to be the launching point for feuds that will carry us into WrestleMania. I feel like that did not happen.
Mhm.
And that's disappointing as hell. Like that needed to be, in my opinion, and I think a lot of other people's opinion, what this match should have been, and it wasn't really. And that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. But I digress.